unless you feel your job is totally unnecessary, you better give me what I want. And make this place darker. I look too damn healthy.
Mr. Young, this is wrong and it's cruel.
You have just uttered my two favorite words. Now come on, hop to it. I'm going to be having company real soon.
We gotta get a move on. I don't want to miss that plane.
It doesn't leave for another hour, even if it's on time.
It's gonna be a long hour. I can't wait to see Pam.
Are you sure you're doing the right thing?
What are you talking about?
Looking for Pam like this. What if she doesn't want to be found?
And you're nuts on my brother. Well, she might look a little different. She might not want us to see her like she is, but I just want to let her know that we love her.
Yeah, well, Bobby loves her too, but he's letting her be.
Aha, that's it.
That's what?
Bobby, you don't want me to bring Pam back because then you're afraid that Bobby won't see you again.
I can't believe you're for real. You think that's what this is all about?
Yeah, that's it. It's between you and Bobby.
Bobby is a misguided fool who thinks he's going to find Snow White and carry her off to Never Never Land.
Might be, but you're still upset that Bobby dumped you.
I could care less about Bobby Ewing.
Well, that's what I think. But no, wait a minute. Hold on. Let's consider this. Now, maybe I ought to go alone because I don't want you there and upsetting the apple cart with Pam.
No. I mean, believe it or not, I do care about you. And if anything goes wrong there, I'm not sure you'd be able to handle it.
You're just going along to see how I get through this?
Yeah, guess so.
You know what I think?
Most of the time.
Glad you're my friend. I have to go find my sis.
Bob? Was that you?
Yeah, it's me.
Where's Mom?
Mom is in Florida. She's with Mavis.
I hope she gets back before. Tell her I was thinking of her.
Come on. You tell her yourself.
Now, Bob, I think this is it. You know, whenever I thought of cashing in, I just never imagined Sue Ellen would have done it to me. Oh, boy, may she fry for what she'd done to me.
They told me that she shot you, but why?
Oh, she's crazy. The woman is crazy. It's not that I mind dying so much. It's just one thing.
What's that?
When I go meet Daddy up there, how am I going to tell him what happened to you and all? And I'm not even part of it anymore. Bobby, would you do me one last favor, bud?
Just name it.
Shake my hand. Tell me we're partners again. Let me go meet our daddy with my head held high.
JR, there's just a couple of reasons why I can't do that.
What?
First of all, if you are dying, which obviously you're not, I doubt that you'd end up in the same place as Daddy. And second of all, this whole Camille act would be a lot more convincing if you'd have been worried about John Ross. You told me where I could find him so I could bring him home. And thirdly, the nurses told me that you asked them to install all these monitors.
Yeah, well, what if I did? Hell, I could have been dying. Yeah, I cannot believe you turned down my last request. I can't believe that.
Don't you care that Mama would have been worried that you really were dying? Don't you care about anything except what you want?
Mama would have found out that I was all right soon enough. The only thing I care about is John Ross and Ewing Oil. I'd do anything for either one of them. If I knew you was dying. That sure make you my partner.
Well, I guess that proves it, doesn't it? Deep down inside, you really are a better person than I am. I'm not going to make you my partner. What I am going to do is go call Mom and tell her you're going to be just fine. Now, why don't you send all of this stuff back to the people who really need it?
Hey, it's Lily from AT&T. I'm back working from home and here to help.
Hey Lily, we need you.
In a house with everybody uploading stuff, gaming and streaming movies.
We can't get enough bandwidth to watch a whole haircutting tutorial.
Don't worry, with AT&T Fiber, you get the speed and bandwidth you need to look your best. Besides, you don't look half bad.
Really?
Maybe a quarter bad.
Get more bandwidth with 1 gig internet with AT&T Fiber for $39.99 a month for a year. Limited availability may not be in your area. Call 1-877, only AT&T.
Mr. Ewing? I'm Detective Kane, Dallas PD. I'd like to talk to you about last night, the shooting.
Yeah. Well, it's about time. I assume you got that fruitcake wife of mine locked up.
No, sir, we don't.
You don't?
Matter of fact, she wants us to bring charges against you for the murder of Nicholas Pierce and attempted assault on her.
It's a joke, right? You're not really a policeman. Somebody hired you to do this to me? Yeah, I know who. Cliff Barnes. It sounds like that moron sense of humor.
Mr. Ewing, I am who I say I am, and your wife wants charges filed against you.
God, it's not enough she tried to kill me. She's filing charges against me, too?
You deny you threw Nicholas Pierce off your terrace?
Well, of course I do. Hell, the man was intent on killing me. I was just trying to protect myself, that's all.
That's not what Mrs. Ewing said.
Well, Mrs. Ewing is a flat-out, bald-faced liar. Did you see my door in my apartment? They kicked it in, came in, threatened me both physically and otherwise. I'll tell you, I just did what any good Texan would do. I was defending my home against intruders.
You mean you pulled a gun on him?
Well, I had no choice. But I didn't start that fight. Pierce jumped me. He was pounding on me, and I was trying to get away, and he was after me all the time. And well, when he went over the balcony, it was only because he slipped trying to push me over. And then I turned around, and there was Sue Ellen standing there with a gun in her hand. She looked me straight in the eye and pulled the trigger. You want to know why?
She says you came after her?
That's a damn lie. She shot me because her lover was dead. Or didn't she tell you that they were lovers? Huh? Well, if you don't know, you're the only one in Dallas. No, vengeance. It was vengeance, pure and simple on her part. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to file attempted murder charges against her.
Now, Mr. Ewing, you can't both be guilty of attempted murder.
That's right. So the sooner you get out of here and lock that woman up, the safer I'm going to feel.
Bobby?
So, Ellen, what are you doing here?
Don't condemn me without hearing my side, Bobby.
I really don't care very much about your side of it. You could have killed JR. Even he doesn't deserve that.
I think it's a little strange to hear you defending him as well as you know him.
He's my brother. And that's the bottom line. I love him.
Well, there are very few people in the world who can make a statement like that.
What do you want, Sue Ellen?
I wanted to talk to Miss Ellie.
What makes you think she's going to be any happier to see you than I am?
I think she might understand what happened.
Even Mama can only turn the other cheek so many times.
I thought she might know where John Rouse is. I want him.
She's in Florida. Clayton's going to be bringing her home tomorrow.
Do you know where John Rouse is?
No. And I'm not sure I'd tell you even if I did.
Bobby, I'm going to get him back one way or the other. JR is hardly able to take care of him from prison.
What makes you think that JR is going to end up in prison?
For killing Nicholas Pierce, that's why. Don't you think I'm going to see him prosecuted for that?
Well, now that would make wonderful headlines for John Ross to read, wouldn't it? Mother accuses father of killing her boyfriend. That's real love, Sue Ellen.
You don't know a damn thing about it.
I know it would be hard for John Ross to live with that.
You expect me to just let him get off scot-free?
Well, if you were a better shot, you wouldn't have to worry about that.
Lucy, this is not time for your dumb jokes.
The only joke is that she had 3 chances and missed. If you're going to try again, Sue Ellen, well, I'd be happy to help you steady the gun.
Lucy, if that's really the way you feel, maybe you'd be better off just going back to Atlanta.
Hey, this is my home just as much as it is yours. And why should I feel any different about JR?
Because he's family.
Why don't you ask my daddy what kind of family he is?
Honey, there are some things you don't understand. And maybe you just never will.
I'm on Sue Ellen's side.
Well, fine. Why don't the two of you talk about that? Is that all I'm going to?
Bobby. I want my son back.
Then you're going to have to find him. I'm not going to help you, Sue Ellen. Yes, sir?
Yes, I'm Cliff Barnes. We have an appointment with Mr. LeMay.
Yes, sir. Come right in.
Thank you.
This way. Please wait here. I'll get Mr. LeMay.
Thank you.
I still don't see why you just didn't tell him the truth.
Yeah, well, he might have hung up on me on the phone. Better that he think it's a business one.
Did you ever do anything the easy way?
I'm doing it. Don't worry about it. I just want to tell him face to face.
Thank you, George. Mr. Barnes.
Mr. LeMay. And? Oh, April Stevens, my...
Associate.
I must say, I was surprised to get your call, Mr. Barnes. I've heard of Barnes Wentworth, of course. But I didn't realize you had any interest this far north.
Mr. LeMay, I wasn't exactly truthful with you. Oh. No. A while back, you had a party here, and one of your guests was George B.
Yes. I remember that night. What about it?
All right, the same party, there was a lady who called herself Pam Monahan.
Called herself? What do you mean?
If Jordan was right, it was really Pamela Barnes Ewing, my sister. She was in a terrible accident a while back, and she just disappeared. And I've been looking for her ever since.
I see. I do remember her. She was with Dr. David Gordon. She is, I assume, one of his patients.
Fantastic. That's okay. Now, how can I get a hold of her?
Mr. Barnes, if she hasn't contacted you, I think it's better that I talk to them and see if she wants to see you.
No, of course she wants to see me. See, I'm her brother.
Well, we'll find out. Is there somewhere I can reach you?
The Bradley Hotel.
I'll call you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good day, Miss Stevens.
Yes, we appreciate anything you can do.
Hello, Bobby. Jeremy. Just want to say how sorry I was when I heard about JR.
Well, that surprises me.
Well, not about the shooting, about his recovering so nicely.
May I get you something, Mr.